So, are you ready to take a passion for data and turn it into a seriously high-paying career? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on data analytics certifications. Think of this as your key to launching or, supercharging your journey into the world of data. We're going to break down what they are, why they're such a game changer, and how you can pick the one that's a perfect fit for you.
Let's be real for a second. The data analytics field is hot right now, but that also means it's crowded. So, how do you stand out? How do you actually prove to a recruiter that you're not just another resume in the pile, but you're a real-deal data pro who can get results? That's the big question, right? And certifications, well, they're a huge part of the answer.
And that brings us right here. I want you to think of a certification as your career superpower. It's not just a piece of paper. It's this powerful tool that can launch you right past the competition and open up some pretty incredible opportunities.
Okay, so what is a data analytics certification, really? It's way more than just a fancy line on your LinkedIn. It's basically a stamp of approval from a respected organization that says, hey, this person, they know their stuff. It's solid proof that you have the skills to take a bunch of raw data and turn it into smart, actionable decisions. And trust me, that's a skill companies are practically lining up for.
Yeah, think of it just like that. It's your secret weapon for the job market. It's the ace up your sleeve that gives you an instant leg up. It tells employers that you're not just talking the talk, you are ready to walk the walk from day one.
So now, let's get into the real-world impact. Why should you actually invest your time and your money into getting certified? Let's break down the benefits, because they are game-changing.
A certification can be a total game changer for your career in 4 really key ways. First off, it skyrockets your credibility. It's just a strong, clear signal to employers that you are a serious contender. Second, it gives you a roadmap. The world of data can feel a little overwhelming, but a certification program gives you this structured path to follow. Third, it just opens up a world of new opportunities, giving you access to more diverse and, honestly, more exciting roles. And finally, it gives you a killer competitive edge that helps you stand out from the crowd.
But look, it's not just about skills and opportunities. Let's talk about the number that really gets your attention. Yep, you're seeing that right. The median entry-level salary for certified data pros in the US is a whopping $95,000. Just let that sink in for a moment. That is the kind of financial impact we're talking about. It really shows how much employers are willing to pay for talent they know is certified.
Okay, so hopefully you're sold on the why. Now let's get to the how. With a dizzying number of certifications out there, how in the world do you find the one that's your perfect match? This section is going to be your personal guide for navigating all those options and finding your true north. Just think of this as your data career compass. First, you got to set your destination. What's the dream job? Are you aiming to be a business intelligence expert or maybe a data science rock star? Your goal really determines your path. Second, you need to know your starting point. Are you a complete newbie or do you have some experience? Be honest with yourself here. Third, you've got to choose your route. Are you going to go for a vendor-specific cert or a vendor-neutral one? We'll dive into that in just a sec. And finally, check your gear. Does the curriculum actually teach the tools that companies are using right now? Things like SQL, Python, and Power BI? Now, this is a big decision, so let's break it down. A vendor-specific certification, think of that like learning to drive a very specific car, like a Tesla. You'll be an absolute expert in that one system, which is perfect if you know you want to work for a company that only uses Teslas. A vendor-neutral certification, on the other hand, is more like getting a general driver's license. It teaches you the core skills to drive any car, making you way more adaptable and versatile. The right choice really just depends on where you want to go in your career. All right, enough theory. Let's get concrete. To help you really see what these paths look like in the real world, let's take a quick look at a few of the top certifications out there for people who are just starting out. This little table gives you a great snapshot of the options. So if you're starting from absolute zero and you want a really comprehensive intro with great career support, the Google certificate is a fantastic choice. Now, if you're looking for a more technical deep dive, something with a focus on Python and lots of hands-on projects, then the IBM certificate is a really solid option. If you're all about business intelligence and you want to master the whole Microsoft ecosystem, the Power BI Associate is, well, it's a no-brainer. And if you want that flexible, adaptable skill set that you can apply anywhere, then the CompTIA Data Plus is pretty much the gold standard for vendor-neutral certs. Phew. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, from the what and why to the how and which. Now let's bring it all home as you get ready to kick off your own data journey.
Seriously, if there's one single thing you take away from this, let it be this. There is no magic, one-size-fits-all certification. The whole idea of a single best one, it's a myth. The only best certification is the one that is perfectly aligned with your unique goals, your skills, and your passions. This is your journey, so own it.
And please, remember this, a certification is just the beginning. It's an incredible launchpad for sure, but the world of data is always changing. True mastery isn't about collecting credentials. It's about embracing a lifelong love of learning, staying curious, and never, ever being afraid to adapt.
You know, at the end of the day, data analytics is all about storytelling. It's about taking this big mess of numbers and turning it into a compelling narrative that actually inspires people to act. You're not just learning skills, you're learning how to be a storyteller. So the only real question left is, what incredible story will your data tell?